The following is enhanced by sounds from Syrinscape. Don't be weird. Enhance your games with music from Syrinscape. Visit Syrinscape.com. And now, your Unreal DM.
All right. So, last session we finished up with the Amber Temple. And then you guys decided to go back to Krezk. Mr. Spifi is being a studious person and is deep into that tome, trying to glean whatever knowledge he can from it. Kojin, when you got back and retrieved your items, you found bundled amongst it was a bag of holding. You didn't check it out inside of the castle Ravenloft. You ended up going to your houses in Krezk, where you dropped the contents out, and it had a note written by Adrain, as well as the hilt for the Sunsword.
Oh, hell yeah.
When you read the note, it was kind of weird because it didn't, nothing struck out to you, but you read it again, and after mulling it over, you can tell that he was trying to let you know that he was on a mission, that he was hunting a hunter. And this is where we pick up. The group's in their house the morning of day 11 at 6 a.m. The wedding is day 14 at noon. You're all sitting there talking amongst yourselves when you hear a commotion outside. People are, what is that in the sky? It looks like a comet or a meteor. What is everybody doing?
Gonna rush the phone.
Want to see what they're looking at.
Same. Going outside.
Step outside and look at it.
You all rush outside and you see a black stallion with flames for mane trotting through the sky. It looks like it's got two riders on their back. As your vision adjusts through the darkness of the morning's day, you see Strahd von Zarvich and Ireena as they begin to descend slowly into the village of Krezk, causing a panic amongst everybody. The church bells are ringing. Everybody's fleeing for safety. Strahd gets off, offers his hand, guides Ireena off, and then he pats his horse, whispers something in its ear, and the horse starts to gallop and then shifts into the ethereal plane. As he straightens himself up, he walks towards where your guys' house is at, in front of you. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I did not have enough time to thank you properly for making sure that Escher was able to complete his task, as well as keeping Ludmilla safe and reuniting me with Tatyana. She looks over, smiles. She's a little bit more pale than usual. If we could go someplace a little bit more private, I have things to discuss with you about the upcoming wedding accommodations.
Do we invite him in, guys?
I'm hearing two of somebody.
Could be two Strahds. He is that tricky. He's like, please, won't you invite me in? And his eyes kind of flash a little bit, but everybody who's huddled around Kojin, they start to kind of feel the effects of a charm coming on, and then his aura shuts it down. Won't you please invite me into your residence so that way we can talk outside of this godforsaken weather?
Whose house are we at?
Your guys' house in Krezk. It seemed like he knew exactly where to find you.
Just kind of stared at him.
Well,
I would say the house is pretty messy. Don't know if we need. Yeah. It's a mess.
It is a
There's some.
pity that you are on short supply of hospitality, but I understand such things. He pulls out a bag of holding, reaches inside of it, grabs this. It's a musical instrument. It's wrapped inside of a bolt of silk, and he hands it over to Missure Spifi. Missure Spifi, here is the lute that I was telling you about that I would like you to play for the social hour, the wedding, and then the reception. Inside of it is also the sheet music for the band. He hands that over to you. It is a bardic instrument called a DOS lute. DOSSLUTE. It is obviously enchanted as soon as you put your hands on it. For everybody else, I would like to give you the wedding invitations. And he hands each of you one in your hand. And he looks at your eyes. Says, well, as you see, Tatyana and I would like this to go as smoothly as possible. So we have requested no weapons, no armor, while the ceremony is going on. Rahadin will be keeping the peace. Is this going to be an issue?
Shouldn't be. I don't know, Spiffy. Gonna be an issue?
You're still muted.
Nope.
Mr. Spiffy's
It's not
saying
going to be an
he
issue.
said no.
Issue to me. Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you.
I would also say you have been so influential during this time that I would like to give you the gift of everlasting life. You see, Escher is going to need strong individuals for his reign over this dark realm.
Who is he posing that to? Or who did he
Everybody.
say that? Oh.
If he's offering to turn you into a vampire, should you choose to accept it?
Uh-huh.
well, I don't. So
Nah, I'm good being a person who can breathe air and get my heart pumping when I get excited about stuff. That's a no for me, dog.
Dan Jacules, I understand. Well, since we are just standing around, Tatyana and I will take our leave, unless there's something which you'd like to discuss.
It's very tempting. Can I take the night to think about it?
Of course. Should you wish to accept, Say a prayer to me. I will hear it. And I will send a black carriage to you. We will do this in Castle Ravenloft. See, there's a crowd that's starting to kind of center around and mill about. Well, I must go visit the Krezkovs, extend my invitation to them to secure Escher's rule. And then I travel back to Valaki, and then to the village of Borovia. You need me. Say a prayer to me. I will answer this. And he puts his fingers, whistles, and the horse materializes in front of him. Come, Tatyana. Let us go. Visit this countryside one last time before we take our leave. He helps her up. He enters, and he waves and starts to trot off into the night sky. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking it's pretty badass.
I think I'm going to turn towards Mr. Spifi, or Missure Spifi, and what's the matter with you? You aren't honestly considering his proposal.
We have to keep his interest perk. We have to stay on his side. So if we alt-right just say no, he's gonna think something's up. Come on.
I said no. I have no problem saying no.
Yeah. I don't want to live forever, especially like that. Maybe.
Yes, but at the same time, it makes him leads him on to the way that we're on his side still. Okay?
I don't think he's ever believed that for a second.
I think he
He's
does
using
because
us.
look what just happened.
Yes, he gave you a new toy. Do you not remember the last time he gave you something? The house?
Yeah, go
It
ahead and
almost
play that
killed
thing.
us.
I'm going to take 5 steps back before you start playing it, though.
It's a decent
It's probably cursed, my
lute.
friend.
You've heard of these before. It's one of the instrument of the bard sets. They are very particular. You have to attune to them. If somebody tries to play it without attuning, there's a chance that it could psychically feedback on them, but it comes with a lot of really great benefits. And there's sheet music with it as well, like a whole bunch of Barovian songs.
That's awesome. I'm going to go read my book.
All right. What does
Let me know
Jabber
when
think
something
about
happens,
this?
boys.
Definitely.
All right. Enjoy that book.
Jabber enjoys his mortal life and has no wish to become a vampire.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's a big no for me. Screw that. Y'all can kiss my ass on that shit.
So what do you guys think about the request for no weapons?
Okay, I can handle that. My hoopback's not a weapon. It's just a walking stick.
I'm not gonna have time enough to attune to this, am I?
Attunement only takes an hour.
If I have it, I'll do it. But if I don't have it, then I can't do it.
We're kind of in a nebulous position where you could have enough time to attune to it. And at the very end, attune to the book.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was okay.
So, with time being a nebulous thing, I'm looking at doing mornings and then afternoons of days. Is there anything that you guys want to accomplish in the 3 days, pretty much, that you're going to be taking in order to get before the wedding?
Trying to remember. Do I remember where Van Richten? He's probably still at that church, maybe.
The last thing you remember, Van Richten was in the village of Barovia, and he was with Father Donovich in the church.
I'm wondering if, just thinking through my head, I'm wondering if it'd be worth running over there, see if I can convince him, because I have the invitation. Obviously, he probably knows when the wedding is, but I'm curious if he would be close enough to hold our weapons. But I don't know. If he found a way into the castle, but I'd have to talk to him.
It would take you the rest of the morning time frame to travel over there. And then we'd pick up your conversation with him in the afternoon of this day. Is there anything else that anybody else is trying to accomplish?
Not
Is
at this
anybody
time.
going with?
I'll go with.
I mean, you all have weapons, so he's got a big old carriage with a tiger in it. Maybe he can store them there for us.
I'll hand you my weapons and then go back to reading my book.
Not for 3 days, I thought.
Missure Spifi's trying to get a perfect score on the SATs.
It's possible.
So we got Jabber and Dan Jackhills going to the village of Barovia. What is Kojin doing during this time?
Kojin will join them.
Okay. Mr. Spiffy's reading his book. It takes you the morning time frame to walk through. You see Strahd on Bucephalus going around the entire area. It looks like he is cutting large paths through the entire land of Barovia. You finally make it past the Seer Pool, still no Vistani. And then you make it into the village of Barovia and then to the church. His wagon is there. The doors to the church are closed. What do you do?
I would like to approach the wagon and see if I can get his attention, or if he's looming, or if he sees me, or just kind of...
The tiger shifts in there. You hear the creaking of floorboards and the metallic plates rubbing against each other in a low guttural growl. This catches the attention of Father Donovich as he walks out.
Oh, it's just me, Father.
Oh. He's looking around. You can tell he's trying to study.
Stan.
How can I help you?
You doing all right? Just coming by, just checking on things, making sure you're okay, and wondering if I could talk to my friend, Mr. Van Richten, if he's around.
Van Richten went out last night. He said that he had some business to attend to. He has not returned.
Do you expect him back anytime soon? Did he say?
He is a very secretive man, and I don't really ask.
Understood.
But he didn't ask me to feed his tiger, so
Okay.
I think he is expected to be back, but I've never seen him out this long. He even left his horse.
Wow. Well, if it's all right with you, I'm gonna write something on a piece of parchment and put it on his wagon. Is that all right? Just to let
Yeah.
him know that I'm gonna be at the inn there.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Good to see you,
As,
Father.
it's good to see you too. As you're writing this around, you look from your vantage point on top of the hill. You notice in the direction that the house that you guys stayed at, that you had the deed to, has started to. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's been hit by fire, but it wasn't burnt to the ground, which is counterintuitive to every single thing that you saw because you were watching it like fold in on itself and glass break. For some crazy reason, this house looks like it's rebuilding itself slowly over time.
I hate that house.
I'd like to burn it to the ground.
Mm.
Burn it down, man. Burn it down.
Oh, I'm not gonna set a fire in the middle of the day. It'll just build back anyway.
Yeah.
More
Just stay
importantly,
away
I
from
can.
it.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, we hear from Van Richten soon. I know last time we spoke to him, he wanted to part ways, but I have a feeling we're gonna need some help here. And maybe he can offer that help. If it aligns with his goal, just maybe. And I'm just gonna find a seat at the inn and just kind of wait around and see if he shows up.
As you're waiting around at the end, Ismark comes in. He looks a little distraught. He sees you, he smiles weakly, and he kind of shakily makes his way over to your table, signals to the bartender that he needs a drink, and then he slumps over heavily. Have you heard?
No, heard what?
There's going to be a wedding.
Oh. Let me guess. Strahd.
No, Strahd already got married, and I wasn't invited. Wasn't even able to see my own sister get married.
So which wedding are you talking about?
The one at the castle in a few days. Gertrude and Escher.
Did you guys know about this? And I look back at Kojin and
I didn't know that God was already married, but we did know that there was another wedding.
what,
We
His
have
eyes,
known about this the whole time.
his eyes kind of fuzz out a little bit, and then he fixate. Kojin, how could this happen? How could I have lost my sister after all of this?
Powerful forces at work here.
He
She may not be
produces
lost.
a crumpled up piece of parchment and shoves it down in the middle of the table. And he starts pointing and jabbing with his finger. It says right here, at the request of Lord Strahd and Lady Tatyana von Zarevich, you are invited to the joyous union of Gertrude and Escher. Are they rubbing it in my face?
Possibly.
I mean, it would make sense. I'm the burgomaster of this town. It's got to have everybody's support. But when they came to drop this off, she didn't even look at me. It was like I didn't exist. It's like our childhood, our history didn't even matter anymore. She didn't look on me fondly. Did everything I could to keep her safe. Starts chugging his drink. Wipes the spittle from his mouth. I did every single thing that I could so that way he couldn't get her. And then he won anyway. And then he leans in closely, the smell of fermented grapes hanging off of his breath as he exhales deeply. I'm gonna kill him. At the wedding, I'm gonna kill him and I'm gonna rescue my sister.
You know what? That's a great idea. How many people do you think we can muster up?
Well, the invitation says +1. There's Victor Volakovich. He's the burgomaster of Valaki. And then you got the Krezkovs. That takes care of the noble houses. Don't think that there's any other people that Strahd prizes to be there. From what I heard, the winery's even working overtime to try to get enough wine there. But what do vampires need wine to drink?
That is interesting. I think you should send word, gather everybody up. I mean, everybody from every part of the land. Think that's possible?
Who?
I don't know. We've been traveling these lands for a while now, and Strahd's just got a grip on everybody.
It's been that way for 400 years. Imagine being able to see, and then he looks out the window up towards the castle on top of the hill. Imagine being able to see where your nightmare sleeps every single day. The sun never shines here. He roams the land with impunity, parades my sister around, calls her Tatyana. I just don't know.
Wonder what would happen theoretically if somebody poisoned all the wine. Only the wine that some people would drink. Because we know
That
it's
won't
not
work.
wine.
Oh, we know it's not one.
Well, as he just said, do vampires drink wine?
No,
They
don't.
put in the order through the Wizards of Wine Winery, and the Mardikovs are working day and night. It's a huge order.
Maybe it's for us guys. I don't know. I mean, you do like to drink.
It might be one of those things that maybe it's worth a visit to go see them.
Might be interesting.
We did have people here the last time that were ready to run up there and rescue Gertrude. But I fear if I ignite the fervor in this mob, they will want to move sooner rather than later. So we have to be smart about this. He kind of straightens up a little bit, and the soberness comes over his over his expression. I don't know if we could win this. He's already claimed so much.
Well, if we die trying to defeat him, then at least we won't be living under his rule anymore.
I'm just curious. What would happen if we gather up as much holy water as we can and we dump it in all the wine? Just curious.
I don't know if Father Donovich can make that much holy water. Well, the abbot at Krezk, he's known to work miracles.
Real quick, is that the guy that has like the mutated?
Yes, he is the dude that has the mongrel folk.
Yeah. I don't trust that man.
I've never met him. He's only come out of the abbot once in the last 25 years. And that was to heal the Krezkov's boy. Even during the werewolf attack, it was said he was nowhere to be found. They closed the gates to the abbey. I mean, where else would you get holy water? And then, Kojin, you know that there's rituals to make holy water if you are if you're in a religious organization. It's just going to take silver and spell slots.
Yeah. Silver is kind of an issue and it's hard to come by.
Yes. I do hear rumors, though, that there is a vast treasury inside Castle Ravenloft. People who have been skulking about have said that on the upper levels there is a tower that is beset by griffins on each side facing out. But unfortunately, they weren't able to get in. And the windows were way too tiny to try to force themselves in, and they didn't have the means. There is treasure littered throughout this land. Just have to know where to find it.
Do you happen to know of any more? It's not quite so challenging to get.
You can always go back to the Amber Temple. That was loaded.
You didn't take silver from the lad.
I didn't take anything.
You guys did decide that discretion was the better part of valor.
I didn't jabber not decide.
Smacked Spiffy's hand.
Jabber was like, don't even touch the books.
Yeah, man, don't touch the books. Bad juju.
That wasn't a spiffy.
No, I'm telling
That's
Kojin,
Kojin.
don't touch the books. Bad juju, man.
Is Mr. Spiffy reading his book?
he's in Krezk.
Yeah, he's all the way on the other side of the map.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we came here without him. That's right.
No.
He's being a nerd reading a book.
Reading the book.
Damn bookworms.
I was just saying this shit in my head.
Hey, I'm curious, guys. Is Adrain still at the castle? I'm wondering because
Oh, I actually, speaking of Adrian, and I'm gonna pull up that letter that Adrian left.
Hold on. Before you go and do that, why don't we do it in a way that we don't have eavesdroppers? I have a way of doing it.
I've been dropping no E's.
Psychic Whispers. As an action, choose up to 4 creatures you can see, and then roll 1 psionic dice, 1d6, for a number of hours equal to the numbers rolled. The chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them as long as you are within 1 mile. You and the creatures don't need to speak a common language to understand each other. First time you use this power, after each long rest, you don't have to expend the energy die. All other times you use the power, you expend the die. So this being the first time, I wouldn't have to expend the die.
Gotcha. And then all 4 of you basically get on party chat in your heads.
Nice.
1d6. Here we go. 2 hours.
2 hours? That's what I'm talking about. The psychic hold takes effect, and then you send out the first little, can you guys hear me? You've got a... Ismark looks visibly disturbed as like this stuff just pops up in his head and he's like, oh my god. And he's starting to settle into it. And then you hear, that is mighty surprising. Gentlemen are full of tricks.
Yeah. I didn't even know he could do that.
It was so good that he made himself pop out of existence.
It's just a little bit of feedback.
Like, hold on, I'm going through a tunnel.
Hold on, this is a Barovian dead spot. So the letter, when observed, looks like it looks like it's worded so carefully as to be innocuous. Like the impression that you get is what he was trying to write on the surface was, I'm conflicted. I don't know what's going on. I need some time to think. I'm going to seek solace in answers. And then as you're dissecting it, like the various verbiages and like the thieves' can't portion of it allow you to see that there's an underlying message. And it basically says, I'm going after Van Richten for what he's done. Don't try to stop me.
I'm glad he's still on our side.
Does everybody think about that? There's also the hilt to the Sunsword.
They also have that on the table now.
Yeah.
He also
He
gave
said
me
that
this.
he did not want to have that anywhere near in case he was compromised and it was taken away. So
I
for
wonder
safekeeping.
if I can sneak this into the wedding. Small enough I might be able to.
There's a possibility, depending on what you wear, that you could. It's just the hilt.
Yeah, just the hilt. Don't you have a bag of holding as well?
Oh yeah, I didn't even put that in the inventory.
That kind of happened when you had to cut out the last time, so I figured I'd especially try to touch on that. But yes,
All right.
you do have a bag of holding.
Wait, I forgot about that. So maybe all of our stuff could have just gone in that as well.
I could put my armor in the bag of holding. Well, armorized.
Armor and weapons could all go in the bag of holding.
The bag of holding, when it's completely empty, will be able to hold up to 500 pounds before you can't fit another thing into it.
I think that's more than we'll need. Probably even get Jabber in there.
Jabber, you get 10 minutes of air in a bag of holding. But if you're a vampire, you wouldn't have to breathe. Just saying.
It's a very valid point. Good argument.
Gotta get the bag of holding and open it up, and the Empire pops out.
That would be hilarious.
It was oddly the note and the sword, the hilt to the sun sword, which as you're looking at it is trying to reach out. You get the impression that it's ego, for a lack of a better word, but it's sentient intelligence is trying to reach out to different people in the group.
I think.
Keep up your smart-ass mouth, mister, and I'll put your fire out with that bag of holding.
Who are you talking to?
You, you
oh.
big flaming lug!
Because I said I put the bag of. It's just an idea. Passing.
Watch what you say.
So, gentlemen, what should we do?
Well, it kind of complicates things knowing that Adrain is now hunting Van Richten, which might explain why he's nowhere to be found.
Could also explain why Van Richten hasn't been seen.
I'd hate to leave his carriage and tiger unattended. I don't want to see any harm come to that tiger.
You notice a cloaked figure starting to walk through the center of the tavern at this point. Their boots are making an alternating hollow and solid thumping sound. They pull a chair up next to you, sit down, all Michelle Pfeiffer Dangerous Minds style. The hood goes back. You see Esmeralda. She looks at each and every single one of you. Where is Rudolph Van Richten? Tracked him to this town. Where is he?
That's a good question. We're looking for him as well. His carriage and his tiger are parked outside the church, but Father Donovan hasn't seen him in quite some time.
She stares keenly into your soul, almost uncomfortably, and she leans back. I think that you are telling the truth. Where could he have gone?
That I do not know.
There was only one place he was interested in. That was Castle Ravenloft.
That foolish old man would try.
Do you think he's foolish for trying, really?
Without me, it's suicide.
Well, since we're all trying to find him, maybe we should put our heads together and try and find him.
What do you propose?
When's the last time you spoke to him?
Months ago.
Months ago.
After we argued, and he told me to leave, and he never wanted to see me again. I heard stories that he traveled to this land. I use my Vistani heritage to be able to walk through the mist. And I've been slowly trying to find him. So while he is a bastard, he's still done right by me. I don't want to see him get himself killed.
Well, he does have a very driven mindset. He wants to put an end to Strahd.
Even for a half health, he is getting up in his years. I don't think he's lost a step yet, but it's only a matter of time.
But the thing is, he's not the only one.
So you said his cart.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the church?
It is.
I'll be back then.
Do you want me
Do you
to
need any
escort you
help?
there?
If you feel like I'm going to be unsafe, by
Oh,
all
no.
means,
No,
please.
not that you're going to be unsafe. I just, if you had anything to chat about. Or we're going to be here for a minute.
It would be more like you doing us the honor of allowing us.
Yeah, because I was just saying I don't want his cart to go unattended and that tiger to starve.
Well,
Or
if
that
that's
hungry
the
tiger
case,
to break out.
she puts in an order for two wolf steaks. She's like, well, while they're preparing those, actually says, scratch that. She's like, just give them to me raw. It's like, he won't care. I'm gonna go search that cart and see if there's anything that we might be able to use. Because if he is missing, I'm the closest thing to a daughter that he has. So by Vistani law, his possessions would pass to me. So, might as well take advantage of that.
I'm gonna stay here at the inn and wait and see if he does decide to come back. You know, Dan, you left him a note saying we're gonna be here, and if he does show up while you guys are there and nobody's here, he's gonna think he's been rickrolled.
Well, she made it pretty clear she doesn't need us to follow, so we'll just sit tight here and let us know what you find.
The steaks are packaged up and she starts walking up there. She's short on conversation. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about or try to get from her during the walk up there?
How far
I'll
away
ask
is
her
it
how
from the inn to the church?
It's probably
Is it
like
with-
300 feet. The
Oh,
psychic
well-
link still holds fast.
That's what I was thinking. You guys can relay messages back to me, and I can relay messages back to you.
There you guys go.
I would like to ask her to say, so you and Van Richten spoke in the past. Did he ever tell you about his plans to overthrow Strahd?
I know that Strahd killed his family. And know that he's not too keen on any vampires. See, when I was a young girl, my camp was attacked. I was one of the only people left alive. And Rudolph Van Richten rushed in and saved me. And then he gave me purpose after saving my life. He trained me to be a hunter. And this is how I honor him. We used to work together. But as family often does, we disagreed on things, and those disagreements became a wedge in our relationship, and we couldn't reconcile. packed up his items one day. He said, I'm leaving, and if you know what's good for you, you won't follow me. I knew at that moment that that bastard was telling me that he was going after Strahd for what Strahd did to his family. Tried to tell him that the pursuit for revenge would only lead to his grave. Well, he was gone by the time I packed up my stuff, and I came to look for him. And I've been here for 9 months in the lands of Barovia trying to track him down. And this is the closest I've gotten so far.
Well, I hope we find him, because I'm really hoping we can find him, and maybe you can talk to him, and really figure out a way to make this happen. Because I'm also out for blood, for revenge.
I'll be right back.
He and I want the same thing.
Then I would tell you, Dan Jackals, you might find the same thing.
Could be, but I've accepted that. Because if that does happen, then I just get to see my family that much quicker.
But is that what your family would want from you?
I would think. That it doesn't matter. However I got there, it doesn't matter.
Well, I can tell you, as someone who's killed a couple vampires, gone up against other creatures, you have to have something that makes you want to live, makes you want to survive. I do what I do to keep people safe and to keep anybody from going through the same hardships that I had to, lose their entire family, get thrust into a situation that is completely foreign, being forced to fight for my survival. I don't wish that on anybody.
Don't you think that life in these lands would be much simpler for these kind folk that have been suppressed for so long under Strahd if he were just gone?
I agree. My goal is to also get rid of Strahd, but I do not wish to rush in. I wish to enjoy these lands after he is gone. When the sun can touch my face again, when the children can play outside, when the souls of the dead can finally be laid to rest, when people can enter these lands. I want that day so much, and it is so close. It's about at this point that you start getting to the carriage, and she's talking more about how she hopes that this land will one day again be in the light of the Morning Lord. And as she approaches the back of the wagon, you hear the tiger take a big sniff and then starts clawing at the walls. She jumps back a little bit. This thing's never liked me. She drops the 2 stakes in there. The thing stops jimmying back and forth, and the big cat settles in. You can hear it tearing into those stakes. And then she starts tracing her hands, almost looking in places that you never even knew that this wagon existed. She goes, here we go. And she pulls out this thing. It's a Monster Hunter kit. If you guys look on D&D Beyond, you should be able to find Monster Hunter kit.
Okay.
Monster Hunter pack.
Only one flat water, huh? You guys still have the other holy water, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Did you just use yours?
Yeah, I used mine on those skulls.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll definitely come in handy. Or is she keeping it for herself?
No, she's like, she knew that was there. She grabbed it off because she knew it was going to be helpful. She's giving it to you guys.
Cool.
Weighs a total of 49 pounds if it's going in the bag of holding.
I would like to take the holy symbol out, if I may.
Yeah.
Steel mirror.
That's a nod to the old, what are they? The Fright Nights,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
where Vincent Price used the mirror to be like,
Yeah,
oh, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. And he's like, oh,
Yeah. That was such a good movie.
it is.
Hey, Kojin, that flask of oil might be handy. If you catch my drift.
Oh, absolutely. It's a good idea. These are kind of useless, though.
Well, thank you much. And if you learn any more or hear any more, I'd really like to know.
She looks around. She leans in and she gets quiet. We have to kill Ireena. Did not want to bring it up with Ismark. I'm glad he is talking with Jabber. That is all that Strahd wants. And he has it now. You've seen them gallivanting across the day. He's accomplished his goal. And then it seems that he's stepping down as the Dark Lord, turning it over to Escher and Gertrude. Don't even understand. I thought he couldn't leave this place.
Yeah, something doesn't make sense, does it?
In my research in the Abbey, there's been a few women throughout history that they've had the likeness of Tatyana. The most recent one being Ireena, but back about 100 years in the town of Berez, there was a woman named Marina who was, well, they say that she was pregnant. Shortly after giving birth, the people of that town burnt her at the stake with her child. And it says that Strahd got so angry that he caused the river to change course and a huge tidal wave to wipe that town out. Say if you can make it around the giant tree with the hut in it, there's remnants, ghosts that will tell you their story.
So they burned the child at the stake?
Yes, it seems that the burgomaster did not want Strahd to get Marina or the child. So, as soon as the child was born, they grabbed her and the child and burnt her at the stake. And while she was burning, Strahd caused a tidal wave to crash through the village of Berez. I tried to go there, but There's scarecrows and a large hut. It was very foreboding.
We've been there.
Really?
Yes, we defeated her.
You defeated the witch in the hut?
I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure I burned that hut to the ground.
Huh. That is good news. Maybe Van Richten's there. Maybe he's in the castle. I wish I knew somebody who could track him down. Abbott has not been helpful.
Do we know anybody who might be able to do that?
The only person who I know who had these powers of divination was Madame Eva, but it seems
I wanted
that
to see her.
the Vistani got a warning about an impending attack. And seeing as how the village just south of Valaki was attacked, they decided to leave these lands until everything smoothed over. I don't think we'll be getting any help from the Vistani anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw them leave, didn't we?
Yep, that was that large caravan that was going Valaki to Krezk when you guys were at Argynvostold.
Do you know if they've actually left these lands yet? Or are they still possibly there in the Blocky?
No Vistani is welcome in Valaki, which is, I think, where Van Richten was hiding, which is why I couldn't see where he was at. I knew he occupied the tower, but I sensed way too many enchantments in that area. I didn't want to trigger any traps. Let's just say that the old man hasn't lost his mind yet.
Guys, where do you think he went? I know he was wanting to get into the castle Ravenloft, right?
He was doing reconnaissance.
Maybe we should look there. There's
Well,
also a possibility maybe of maybe we can get the silver. Would definitely go a long way in making some more holy water.
so speaking of that, I just had a thought. What if we do get enough silver? We're gonna have to talk to the Abba guy, right?
Yeah,
I was thinking, what if he, number one, would have to go along with it, but could he do it as well? What if we bless all of the barrels of wine? Because holy water doesn't have to be holy water. Can it be holy wine? Just a thought. I'm a simple-minded man. I don't know.
my only problem with that thinking is we know for a fact that the vampires, they will not drink the wine. So all that we would be doing is giving holy water to people who won't really be affected by it.
Well, also, let me just point this out. If it did work, you could potentially use that as a weapon as well.
So what would
Use the
happen?
wine as a weapon?
Well, what would happen?
Yeah, if it's holy water. Just saying.
That's good.
So what would happen if one person, such as ourselves, such as anybody else, were to ingest holy water, holy wine, whatever you want to call it, and it's in our system, it's in our blood? Could that be a ward against any attempts on us or individuals?
It could also be used as a weapon that way too.
So, here is the way that I see it. Holy water in its form in the vial, concentrated, thrown on, or used in whatever purposes, would function like holy water on the undead. If you drank it at that point, it would diffuse throughout your system. That unless he like punched you in the gut and went inside when it was like completely in there, it's too weak and diluted. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, you got a fly on your mic.
I thought that was just the
That's sound effects, my guy.
ambient sound.
Shit.
Yeah, by Syrinscape.com. Fly sounds. Convincing ass fly sounds. So, Jabber, you are in the tavern, and Izak is on his second cup. Well, he's there. He is starting to sway a little bit. You can tell that this man is intoxicated. Perfect for the blood on the vine. And he looks at you and he says, Jabber, Strahd killed my sister. Tear starts to roll down his cheek. Woman I know, Ireena Kolyana, is dead. Strahd killed her. I don't know what I'm going to do. What would you do?
Be honest, man, I'm not in your shoes, so I don't know. I don't even know how to begin on that, man. That's foreign to me.
You mean not everybody has these woes of their sister being pursued by a vampire lord in the town that they live in that they can't even escape from? And then you send her to a church in order to keep her safe? And she just ends up right there in his arms? And then he turned her into a vampire? And now he lords her around the countryside as the Lady of Barovia? Only to leave, leaving me stuck here. Why?
I don't know, man. If I had siblings, I would understand more, but I'm an orphan. I grew up on the streets. I had no family. So I don't know what to say, man.
He leans in closely and he pats you on the chest. But you still have a heart that pumps blood. Now, mine is heated, searching for revenge. On the day of the wedding, after the ceremony, I am going to drive a stake through Strahd von Zarovich's heart, or die trying. He looks around. It seems that the wine has run out, my friend. And he throws down a bunch of electrum pieces. It's probably like 20 gold's worth. And he's like, please, drink. Have a great time. Forget I said anything. I tend to talk a lot when I'm in my cups. I'm going to go home and think about things. Puts his big hand on your shoulder. Well, it's big to you because you're a kinder. And he says, thanks for listening, Jabber. And he starts
I'm
to
always
walk
willing to
out.
listen.
I'll see you at the wedding. As he stumbles out and down the street. It's about this time that the group arrives back at the thing. You guys are seeing Ismark stumbling down the long street to make his way to his house. What's everybody doing?
I'm gonna ask Dan what he thinks our best use of time, a little left, would be. I know he wants to find Van Richten.
Well, we know the best hunter in the land is looking for him as well.
Is Esmeralda with you guys or no?
She is.
Are we talking about this aloud or are we talking in the mind?
I don't know. I guess I assumed we were talking out loud so she can hear us.
Okay. I didn't know.
Because I gave her a
Switchboard and,
compliment.
like, patch her in.
She's the best hunter in the land. If anyone can find Van Richten. Do you have any clues looking at the wagon?
Well, he didn't have anything set up for food, so he couldn't have gotten far. I fear that fool might have went into Castle Ravenloft on his own. Just
Kind of how I felt. He was really interested in getting in there, and he wouldn't wait for us. Remember?
You think he might have went and checked out Missure Spifi's house, considering all the creepy shit that's going on with it?
I don't think so. He wasn't too interested in that house.
I mean, it's starting to rebuild itself. That's creepy as hell, man.
Well, I'm not stepping foot in that damn house again.
Yeah, you can kiss my ass. Nope, not happening.
Yeah,
I do
we're
agree
willing to
with
go
you.
into the cast.
I do agree with you. That house is very, very creepy. But Van Richten has a singular mind, and he wouldn't waste his resources on not fighting against his chosen quarry. I think he's in the castle, but I could take the night to investigate, report back to you. Where should I meet you next?
But you don't mean you're going to the castle for yourself.
Right. We also know, based on that note that you got, we know Adrain is hunting Van Richten. So is that something we want to share?
So that being said, like,
I take it that you guys are talking about that in the mind.
Right. Well, I kind of asked it out of game, but but I'll ask it in game in mind.
well, if
I mean, can we trust her?
she's
Well,
our
she came
ally.
to us.
I mean, people do have ulterior motives, and you know, she's an unknown to us. So, and we're in really strange lands. Anybody
don't
could be
think-
up to anything.
Let's just keep the Adrain thing under our belt for now, because there's no reason to suggest that he's been in a conflict with somebody else at this moment. We just got to find him.
You're talking about keeping it under your belt. I mean, that's just underneath my nose level. So I got to keep it under my nose. I don't want to smell that.
I'll just say smart ass. Yeah, so
After
if you could,
we head to Castle and
I will just say the last that Van Richten and I spoke, he decided to depart our group and do things on his own, and he said he was going to go canvass the castle and look for an opportunity that he could use to kill Strahd. So my guess is, like you said, he made his way to the castle. Now, whether he's in the castle or on the premises, that is yet to be determined. But I think that's a good place to look.
So you want to search the entirety of Castle Ravenloft tonight for him?
We're still welcome in the castle, right?
The last time you knew when you were invited.
That's true. That's true.
yeah, we wouldn't invite him in to the house.
Yeah. I bet you that come to bite us. Dang it. Hospitality.
You do know that you got the invitation for the wedding here in a couple days.
Well,
have your name +1 on there. So you can bring a date if you want to.
Would you like to go to the wedding? And I
How
hold
about
up
we
the
wait?
invitation.
How about we wait the night to see if he comes back in the morning? You know, he's a sly old elf, so he may show up tonight. We don't
Jabber,
know.
give me a persuasion with advantage.
$16.
I think you're all right, Jabber. This is not the first time that he's went off on his own. And I don't think that he's going to... I don't think he's going to jeopardize himself this early. I think he's got a plan. Just need to figure out what it is. Huh. Well, Dan Jackules, I will accept your invitation and be your date to the wedding.
Dan's got a date. Dan's got a date.
It's all right, little one.
Hey, I've had a couple cups. Fight me.
You can ignore him.
I often do.
You're not the only one.
What about Missure Spifi? He's in Krezk now, right? Like
He's in
Barovia?
Krezk, attuning to the DOS lute, as well as studying as much as possible on that tome. He's pretty much going to be doing that for a while.
You guys got this.
We can leave the feathery bookworm to his studies.
All right, so we wait here tonight to see if Van Richten comes back. Is that the plan?
How many days do we have until the wedding?
So this is the evening of day 11. So you guys are about, I'll say, 9 p.m. It's fixing to become nighttime. With the travels and the talking and the moving around and stuff like that, I think we've crammed a lot of stuff into this time. If you guys wanted to rest, we could take it to day 12.
Take a long rest.
And the wedding is on day 13?
The wedding's on day 14 at noon.
14.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which Mr. Spiffy, he wants you there a couple hours early for the playing of everybody coming in.
Oh, yes, of course.
Social hour.
I just wanted to, check to make sure.
Yep. He even says that he will send a carriage to you guys in order to get you there on time. So the morning time frame of day 14, which is going to be like 5 a.m., there'll be a carriage waiting for you. So this will be a long rest if you guys want it, but I don't think you've burned any resources, so there isn't anything really else to go. What are your plans for day 12 morning time frame?
Well, do you guys think there's anything in Krezk with the abbot, the winery, or is that just? I'll leave that up to you. I think I want to try and find Van Richten.
Before the wedding?
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
So Van Richten is not back in the morning.
Oh, okay, that's not
So
good.
we should go try to find him.
Well, is there something that you and Jabber want to do, or separately, or do you guys? I guess that's a question the DM can ask. My goal is to try and find Van Richten.
I have
My
an
goal is-
idea. I have an idea. I don't know how well it will work or if it will backfire. But I want to try and telecommunicate with the big kitty.
Oh God. Go ahead.
Just wondering if it says a humanoid or
Creature. Just creature. And it says it doesn't matter if you understand each other or not.
I guess you would be able to communicate with the creature. Yes, you'd be able to talk to the tiger.
Do it.
You can talk to the tiger.
I'm
Do
gonna
it.
do it. I'm gonna do it. So we did take a long rest, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
so I don't.
5 a.m. on day 12. This is your guys' morning time frame. I know that Missure Spifi is studying that book.
Hey, Doc.
Oh shit, Doc.
Could we take a break here in a few?
Yeah.
That'd be
I rolled
As a
a
matter of
6
fact,
on
I
that.
think we could do a so you got it for 6 hours. I say we give some time for Chris to figure out what Jabber's gonna say. We take our break right now. I forgot we were going this long, so yeah,
It's because we've been talking. It's good stuff.
it is
Right.
good stuff. So we are going into day 12 morning time frame. Jabber said that he was trying to mentally connect with that tiger. You are able to get the connection. What are you trying to do?
Well, first, I would like to go up to the innkeep and inquire about their largest piece of meat that they have, of their best cut.
Well, those steaks are going to cost you an entire gold piece of each.
How about
He's like, what about a platinum?
how
What if,
about I
what if I
give
just
you how about I give you just a platinum? Will that suffice?
How many steaks do you want? 10?
No. I just need one big one.
He takes the platinum and then brings you out like a large, huge steak, It looks like it was just freshly cut off of an animal.
Is it packaged up?
Yeah.
Sweet. Appreciate that. When we get over to Tony, I'm going to reach out to him through telepathic and reassure him that we are friends. Tony, we need your help. I have offering. We cannot find your master. We need your assistance. I know it's weird talking to you like this, but we can't find him and nobody can find him. You're the only one that we can think of that could help us. Will you help?
Master smell's gone. He has not been back in a cycle. He left last time. The sun was at its highest point, headed towards the castle. He told me to be good.
If we let you out, would you be willing to come with us and help us find him? I have, and I hold up the big old piece of meat way as high up as I can. I have peace offering.
Hunger. Hunger.
Please help.
It's asking for the steak.
Okay. I'm gonna open up the cage and hand it to him.
All right. It swipes it out of your hand and starts mowing down on it. Licks its chops. You see it's still got the armored plates.
You follow us and we go find him? You might be able to pick up scent then.
Sniffs the air. Not around here.
Hold on. And I don't break the connection, but I'm gonna ask the party. Are we ready to start walking towards the castle to find him?
I am.
I think you would probably take the most inconspicuous route. So is that through the woods?
There
Mhm.
is definitely a back way through into the woods. Doru used it when he escaped out of the area. But there is, in fact, a back way up to the castle.
I think that's where we should probably go.
I agree.
Tony. I'm with the mental. Come on. Let's go. Let's go find your master.
It takes the rest of the morning to navigate through these paths and to figure out the elevation changes and stuff like that. It is not easy going. From the overlook of Castle Ravenloft to the ground is like 1,000 feet. So you guys are able to make it and then hit about let me force ping. Right about there. So let me get on the token. Takes you about there, and it is about noon your time, but you are close to the castle at this point. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna ask Tony if he smells him at all. Has he picked up a scent?
Faint
We follow. And I reply back to the party. Let's follow him. He has a faint scent.
All right, you make it to the long drawbridge that goes across. He tentatively puts a paw on there. It creaks and groans underneath the weight. What is everybody else doing?
That's the only way across, right?
Yep, unless you can fly.
Spiffy.
There's only one of
Teleportation
them.
would also
Fine.
work.
It's not here.
Missure Spifi's studying for finals.
Well, there's no visible reason to know that this thing would collapse or anything. What kind of bridge? Is it a solid bridge or is it one of these wooden slatted?
It's
Rope.
wooden slatted, pieces missing in sections. You did notice that the first time that the black carriage brought you over this, it actually hit and one of those pieces fell down.
I'd say everybody just watch your step.
Are you sure we shouldn't send the kinder first?
All right, everybody roll me a 1d20. As long as you don't get a 1.
Don't say that. Wait, does anybody have bardic inspiration? Just kidding. Ooh.
That's good enough. Everybody makes it across with the boards creaking, even the tiger, and you make it to the courtyard of Castle Ravenloft. As hold on, let me drag you guys over there. All right.
That's what it sounds like right now outside.
And then the tiger is also there. I don't know if Jabber has anything lit or not.
Excuse me, sir. I know I'm not there, but could I still watch? Oh, never mind. I'll actually just watch the live feed.
There we go. All right, you are there at the courtyard of Castle Ravenloft. In front of you is the large set of double doors that you've been through before. This is the foyer area. What is everybody doing?
I'm gonna light my torch.
All right, Dan Jackules lights the torch.
Jabber, can you ask Tony if he's got a scent? Direction?
Tony says inside. Sniffs the air a little bit.
We can see the double doors, right? There's nobody guarding it or anything?
Nope. Nobody's guarding it. The double drawers are there in front of you. You do see up in the towers through the drizzles of rain 2 figures, probably Strahd and Tatyana, as they look down at the courtyard at you. They are silhouetted by a red glow coming out of one of the towers.
Strahd's got eyes on us, guys. He knows we're here. I'm assuming we're still okay. Otherwise, I feel like we would have been met with hostility.
Strahd turns with Tatyana to go back into the castle.
Not so welcoming this time.
The
Well-
double doors open up. You see Rahadin slowly starts to walk out to you and then sees that tiger. See, you've picked up another traveling companion. Have you taken my master up on his offer to become better?
We're still mulling around on that one.
Hmm.
We're just
Well, then
here
what-
a few days early.
What brings you to my lord's castle?
I forgot something up in the room that I was in. We came back to retrieve it.
Tell me what it is, and I will have Helga go get it for you.
It is a personal artifact I don't like anybody touching. I wish to retrieve it myself. I don't think that should be a problem, would it?
Persuasion check.
At advantage? No.
No.
I'm messing. 19.
Well, if you seem keen to get it back days before the wedding, I don't see why it wouldn't be prudent. I will have Clovis escort you up there. And he claps, and the mongrelman that brought you your stuff and cooked you your food during the dinner comes out. His hair is not Dapper Dan's greased out, but he slowly walks up and he talks to Rodin and he gestures and he's like, points to the kinder and he's like, oh. So then he hops on over to you guys, and Clovis is pretty much eye to eye with Jabber, and he says, Rodin said that you left stuff and I'm supposed to take you up there?
Yeah, it's a personal thing of mine. I don't talk about it. I forgot it. It's something sentimental to me.
Does it go places?
No. Ew, no. Ew.
Okay, I'm just asking. You seem keen to get it back.
Yeah, it's something personal.
Well,
Nothing
yeah.
like that, though. Ew,
Oh.
no. Oh. Hey, if that's something you're into, okay. No, thank you.
I've never thought about it. Well, now I'm thinking
Ew.
about it. I don't know how to. Let me show you to where it is. And if you follow him, he takes you into the meeting, the grand foyer area, where the 4 dragon sculptures are set up. They all seem to eerily look at you and turn their heads as you walk in. Says, "We, we, we won't allow the tiger to come in."
Why?
So the
He's no harm. He's our traveling companion.
My familiar.
Hmm. You see him kind of like he gives the expression of like he doesn't get paid enough to like make these decisions. So he's just like, well, they didn't tell me no, so okay. So he walks you through, you hit the staircase, you go up the multiple flights of stairs where you are then met with, gotta find it on the maps.
And I'm gonna telepathically talk to Tony. Do you smell him?
Faint.
Nudge me in the right direction so I know which way.
As you guys are going up, he pauses and looks down.
Okay. I look over at Kojin and then I look down.
Are we all in the psychic whispers, or is it just you and the tiger?
It's just me and the tiger, I believe, for right now. I mean, if I could add you, I will. I'm not sure if I can.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
could
I
always
was
just
curious.
you could always just do it a second time and add up to your max amount of creatures.
That would expend my dice, but would it expend or extend the amount of time? Because I've got 6 hours with the cat.
It depends on what you want to do. If you linked everybody else together, it would be a matter of you rolling again to see how much time with all the new people.
Just the tiger. Yep.
Okay.
So Clovis opens it up. He says, "Master Adrian's room." Well, yes, it is nice to have him back. He said that you left something in here. And he starts like tidying stuff up and like, "What is it? I'll help you look."
No, it's okay. I think I remember where it is. I think it's in this other room where I was changing. I'll go in here and look. I think it should be in here.
All right. You see he's just kind of patiently waiting. It's at this time that you hear the heavy footfall of steps as Strahd and Tatyana make their way into this room. Jabber, where are you at in the grand scheme of things?
I am in this room here. Crap. Come on. Over through this door.
Where? Ping that again?
Hold on a second. I'll move.
That's going to be the room that he that Strahd's entering from.
Oh crap. Then it's
Yeah,
the door below it.
you would know that is how you got in there.
Oops. My bad.
No, you have like this is like finger on the chess piece type of thing. Like you have the ability for for you to make the decision, because you would have known that that's just straight up not the way to go.
Don't touch my stuff.
I'd be over there in that room.
All right, the bedroom. This is like the grand sitting area as Strahd and Tatyana come walking in, hand in hand. You see she's got puncture marks in her neck that look like they are older. As he's walking around, see, darling, they always come back. Tell me, what is your reason for coming to visit me on this day?
We were just looking for something we lost.
Peculiar. And he takes a look at everybody, takes a look at the tiger. His eyes flash over, but Kojin, you can tell your aura is doing some good amount of work in here with your 10-foot radius for your anti-charm. He's like trying to make eye contact with everybody in the charm, but it's not working.
Do we know that he's trying to charm us?
Kojin does, but he's not going to say anything up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Kojin definitely knows, but you guys can feel like affectionate feelings start to creep up, kind of like Strahd's less of an enemy and more like an old acquaintance from like your old college roommate who stopped by in town, and you're like, oh hey, let's kick it. And he says, so tell me, are you excited for the wedding?
Oh, absolutely. I love a wedding.
I used to hate them, but now I'm getting everything that I want. You know, Barovia is still going to need heroes after I'm gone. It would be a shame if all your efforts went to nothing when Escher takes charge. I could secure you lands and titles in exchange for your help after I'm gone.
Where's he going? Where's he going?
I couldn't hear a thing that you said, man.
Where is he going? That's what I really want to know. Like nobody's asking him this question, but I'm not there.
I mean, the way that I look at it is that would be something that would pop up random thoughts in the back of people's heads. So if you wanted to like ask that question, it would not be out of line just because Jay brought it up and he's not there.
Well, one second. I rush out of the room that I was in. I found it! Oh! Hi, Mr. Strahd!
He looks at you and he says, hello, Jabber. You almost felt like you were going to be under the effects of a charm, but then it didn't quite take effect. Your proximity to Kojin kind of shielded you from that. Says, did you find what you were looking for?
Yep, I sure did.
Oh, I'm interested to. What are you gonna do when you're gonna give this all up? Where will you go?
Once I am no longer tethered to these lands as the Dark Lord, I will branch out to the other domains of dread, other demi-planes and pockets. And, well, I don't know. It's been 400 years that I've been trapped here. hungering for my dearest Tatyana. And he kisses her hand and she kind of swoons into him. But now I have my bride and I have my replacement. Everything is going according to plan. Because of you, of course. Simply cannot thank you enough.
We're only too happy to help. So, we know Mr. Spifi isn't here yet, but would we be out of line if we were to ask to have their hospitality extended to us until the wedding? Would you have room?
Do you wish to stay in the castle as my honored guest?
Oh, absolutely.
Could
You're
possibly arrange for it.
such a lovely castle.
It is. Adrain is out and about. I do not think that he would care so much if you borrowed the room again.
They would be in your debt.
No, no, please. It is I who am in your debt. You've helped me achieve more than any other person. Well, besides Escher when his time comes. He plays his part, I get everything that I want.
I'm gonna look at Jabber and Dan and ask if they were okay with, staying here at the castle for the next couple of days until the wedding.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. Let's just hope I don't lose something again. I'm always losing something. I lost my marbles a long time ago. I still can't find them things.
Should I send a carriage for Missure Spifi?
That would be so very helpful and kind of you. I know he's really looking forward to playing.
Yes, I hope he is practicing that sheet music.
I'm sure he's doing something.
Last we knew, that's exactly what he was doing.
Well, I have a wedding to prepare for. You have your run of the castle, the upper levels, of course. The catacombs are off limits to all guests. I cannot guarantee your safety.
Thank you again.
Yeah, man, thank you. Thank you much.
He opens the door, says, Tatyana, shall we check on the happy couple? And they make their exits.
Curiosity, what is the tiger doing?
The tiger is sitting there, hackles kind of raised a little bit, waiting for shit to go down. And then you get the impression from the cat, Jabber. It says, I smelled him on him. The bad man has the smell of Van Richten on him.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna reroll my dice. Two. This way I could talk to everybody.
You
And
guys are all
everybody
in.
can hear the cat.
Yep, you guys are all in security link.
Testing, 1, 2.
Hey,
Tony's got something to tell us. You all need to hear this. Tony, tell him.
The cat tells you that the bad man has the smell of his master on them.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, now we know why he didn't come back.
He's in the catacombs. I guarantee it. He's in the catacombs.
He's probably being tortured.
Didn't Adrain show us a secret way down to the catacombs?
I think it was through his bedroom.
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh man, but Adrian isn't here. So what do you guys remember?
I remember that for whatever reason we couldn't take the way that Adrian originally had planned for us to go. I don't remember why.
You do know that through the area that Jabber was going, that there is a way down. It goes all the way pretty much to the catacombs through there, because that's the way you guys took with Adrian. Yeah, like it takes you all the way down.
And it was
What
through
was
his
that
bedroom,
secret?
right?
Yeah, it was in the bedroom. We go in the bedroom and investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already at the door. I go back in.
All right, a little bit of poking around. You guys are able to see inside of here. There is, in fact, what looks like a trap door that looks like it leads up. As you're sitting there investigating it, you do hear cackling and bubbling. It sounds like there's a couple people above you.
The same direction that the secret door happens goes up.
In that room, that trap door only goes up. The stairwell that is in this room right over here, you got two stairwells. One goes up, and then the other one goes down. This is the stairwell that you guys took to get in there. I'll move Dan Jackules so that way it kind of shows you guys. There's the stairwell that goes down. There's the stairwell that goes up.
I say we go down. Let's not waste time.
The problem is he just literally told us not to go there, so we need to find a way that's maybe not being watched as closely.
Missure Spifi. A couple hours into the afternoon, and a black carriage arrives. Rahadin knocks on the door.
I'm busy. I'm busy. Oh, is that Rahadin? Oh, what's going on?
Mr. Spiffy, it seems that your set of adventuring pals has asked to stay in the castle. It seems only pertinent that if they're there, that you are there as well. I've been instructed, if you wish, to bring you to Castle Ravenloft as a guest before the wedding.
I've got. As long as there's a place for me to sit and read and practice.
Yes, you can actually practice with some of the musicians if you see fit.
All right. That'll be fine. All right. Let me grab my stuff and I'm gonna read on the way.
Okay. So you get in there, the black carriage peels out, you're reading as you guys are going. All right, so Mr. Spiffy's going to be there in a couple hours. What is the group doing in those couple of hours before Mr. Spiffy arrives?
Even though the trapdoor goes in the wrong direction, I want to check out the trapdoor just to see. Because I remember that we went down. But I don't remember the specifics.
So, as you lift the trapdoor up, you see various old women around bubbling cauldrons. And it looks like they're throwing ingredients in as cats lazily walk around, like shimmying through various potion bottles and vials and cornucopia of ingredients. Definitely looks like a place where alchemist supplies are being used, and you would identify the people working on them to be witches.
I'm going to carefully quietly close
The sounds
that
in the
trap
background.
door.
You close it. Not a lot of noise is made. It seems like they're into their stuff, into their preparations.
Well, that's a bust, guys. What about wasn't there like a back entrance through a window or something?
You're talking about the windows that overlook the out the back where the patio, for lack of a better word, down 100 feet and back 20 is stained glass windows that have been schmutzed over due to time, and then that leads directly into the catacomb. It leads through King Baratov and Queen Ravella's crypt. You remember that Adrain was hesitant to go that way because that would be basically like Kool-Aid manning it through his grandparents' resting place. But you remember that the same way that you went up, if you just go down a couple more floors, that's what led you into that sunken area before, where the jail cells and then the torture chambers were, and then you popped up onto that little ledge, and then that's where you guys teleported twice now. Once to the coffin maker shop, and then the next time to the Amber Temple.
Well, I think that's actually the first place we should probably go, guys. The torture chambers where they were holding those.
Sounds logical, huh?
Are you guys gonna formulate a plan while Mr. Spiffy gets here? Or are you guys just gonna head out?
I think maybe we should wait for Mr. Spiffy. He is the one that has, like,
He's got studying to do. He needs to study on his book.
And we're all doing this in telepathically.
He needs to study. He needs to get that book down. We can't wait on him. We could go now.
But don't you think it would be a little strange if Mr. Spiffy's to show up and we're not here in the room waiting for him?
Oh, we got 2 hours.
Oh, 2
Yeah.
hours? Yeah.
We got 2 hours, man.
Mr. Spiffy probably won't care because he's just going to read his book anyways.
All right. Well, that's
Plus, we got Tony with us. If we get into a real pickle, I'm pretty sure he can help us out.
Tony can
Right,
be
Tony?
us and our foes.
Tony
What are we
goes,
gonna-
"That's correct."
That's great.
Great.
All right. Well, let's go down a couple of floors and try to.
I say if we do go down, have Tony tell us when the scent gets stronger.
As you guys are descending, he says that the scent is getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
Okay, we're heading the right way, guys.
And then it happens. You reach the catacombs area. I will remove you guys from that and then put you where you actually are.
We're falling down a dark chasm. Oh, just kidding.
The floor gave way. This place looks familiar, guys.
Yeah, really familiar.
Grab the tiger out. All right. You are down in the catacombs. It's about chest height on Jabber, about mid thigh to waist high on everybody else. The cat is kind of like treading water, if you will.
And I'm up on his back.
Who's back?
Tony's.
The tiger does not let you. It is clad in plate mail. It is trying to swim. If you try to get onto it, it bucks you off, and then it asks you why you're trying to drown it.
I wasn't trying to drown you. I can't. The water's too tall for me.
Yeah, how heavy are you?
Like, couple pounds?
Couple pounds?
Not that heavy.
Couple
Unlike
pounds.
you.
I can carry you. I don't think the tiger wants to carry you, Jabber.
I'm only 78 pounds. I'm
You
just a
gotta
light
look at
little
all
guy.
the gear that you have as well.
Oh yeah, true. Alright, I'll get up on Kojin's shoulder.
Having the strangest of it. Oh,
Is that the first time I've been up here?
up here and down.
At the exact same time, too.
So does the tiger continue to pick up his scent?
It is. It says that the scent is coming strongest from that area.
All right.
And that's where we go.
Let's go see if we can find him.
Follow your nose. It always knows.
The wrong
Just getting all the
thing.
breakfast cereal memes in. Love it. All right, so who's going first?
Go with Jabber on his shoulder.
Jabber and Kojin? Sweet.
Is Tony hanging back?
He's He's following. He doesn't like have the ability to.
Oh, that's right. He's swimming.
Yep. So Kojin, as you open that gate, you hear, "You back to beat on me some more?" I still won't tell you. It's coming towards the back of the cells.
Do we recognize the voice?
Yeah, it sounds like Rudolph Van Richten.
Oh, absolutely. Cool.
Hey, Van Richten! It's us! We're not here to hurt you. We're here to come get you.
Come get me? It's about time.
Hey, we had to get Tony to help. We needed his nose.
You see him kind of walk a little bit forward. I don't know if it's showing up on it or not.
I see him.
He looks really, really beat up as he's kind of slumped over in there and he's holding on to the bars.
Are there manacles holding him?
No, he just looks like he's locked in place. Looks like he's been bitten a couple times.
Get to you, Van Richten. I'm gonna use my divine. See if I can. Maybe not.
You guys are starting to hear footsteps descending down with two voices talking. One of them is Radon. The other one is Ludmilla. As they are walking down, you kind of hear a little bit them talking about getting information out of him. And these steps stop as you hear Ludmilla say, "I'm not going to get my dress ruined. Bring him to your office, and I will see you there." And then you hear one set of footprints starts going back up as Radon starts splashing through the water. What's everybody doing?
I'm gonna say telepathically, we need to hide real quick.
Try these cells. See if any of them are open.
All the cells are locked, to include Van Richten's.
How murky is the water?
It's pretty murky.
It's just him. We can take him.
It's
Can
Radon.
figure out Radon, yeah. Can't you turn yourself, Dan, into looking like him?
Like who?
Radon.
I could, but they're gonna smell it's not me or not him. Nice try.
You hear the splashing going more and more around the corner. What's everybody doing?
Douse the lights.
There's looking around. There's nowhere to hide in here, correct?
If you could get into one of the cells, you might be able to
Anybody got
squeeze in there.
Quick.
I got thieves' tools.
All right, Jabber.
gonna
It's a
cast guidance.
DC 12 dexterity check. If you're proficient with thieves' tools, you can add your proficiency bonus.
And I'm also going to cast guidance on you.
I have
Good thinking.
proficiency in thieves' tools.
All right. So dexterity check, add your proficiency for thieves' tools, and then I guess your 1d4 for guidance.
Sleight of hand.
No, it's going to be a dexterity check with proficiency. It might work out to be the same thing. Let's see, even if you added that guidance to it, I still don't think you'd hit that 12. As Radon turns the corner, everybody's waiting for Jabber. And Radon comes in. So tell me, did you lose something in here too? And that's where we'll pick up next week.
You were too slow, Jabber. No, just kidding.
I know I have something. Hold on. I know I have something. Fuck. Where is it? Ah. Cybolsternack. Cybolsternack.
Oh. What do you got to add into it?
I can't. I roll once.
I'll do that next week.
Well, let's see how well he does it. So that makes it a 9. So do your guidance. If you got a 3 or above on your guidance, you make it. So roll that d4.
Me? Roll d4?
Yeah, for the guidance. If you get a 3 or a 4 on the guidance, you will have successfully unlocked. Yep, you're caught with your thieves' tools in there as you look. Radon says, "Don't tell me you've lost something in here too." And then that's where we'll pick it up as initiative from there.
So close.
This session was enhanced with Syrinscape. Don't be a weirdo alone with your friends. Sitting there in the silence, rolling dice. Add some ambiance to that dice. Visit Syrinscape.com.